Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and I am back today with another episode of r/relationship advice. Wife won't talk to me because I won at chess. Hey there, so pretty much like the title says, my wife won't talk to me because I won at a chess game with her. Bit of a backstory, my wife loves chess and has participated in a lot of chess tournaments in the past. She has an FIDE rating of about 1600 to 1700, don't know quite well a governing body of chess, as I'm told. Anyway, she often asks me to play a game with her, and obviously, I always lose. She sometimes forces me to take back my move and make another because she thinks my move is too stupid and wants me to make another one. So, fast forward to yesterday. She tells me she's bored and would like to play a game. I agree, and we get started. Timer set to 15 minutes, those things where you bang on one side and the other player's timer starts ticking. We're playing, and for the first time since we've been playing, I see an opportunity. I was sure she would see this, as she always sees my intentions in the game, but surprisingly, this time she didn't, and I ended up winning her queen. I kid you not, the look of anger and surprise when I reached my hand out to take the queen from the board. She then resigned the game. That's when the fight started. She started telling me how she was angry and embarrassed that she lost to me, and she could win against me blindfolded, and started the timer and made the move and demanded I make my move. I was stunned. I haven't seen her like this while playing chess. Anyway, me being a dumb butt wanting to gloat that I finally won, so I told her I didn't want to play and was going to go read a book and she should practice more. I meant that as a joke. She went mental. Long story short, she slept on the couch, wouldn't talk to me, and now I'm sitting here asking strangers on the internet for advice. So, my question is, how should I make up? I've been thinking of asking her to play another game and letting her win, but I feel that's not going to cut it. P.S. I'd just like to state my wife is a very loving and caring human being, and I love her very much. She's supported me a lot. I'm not asking for advice on how to break up, just want to know the best choice of words to say to her. Update. Hi again, I just wanted to thank everyone for their advice and opinions. I asked my wife if we could talk yesterday, and she said she wanted to talk to me too, but thought I would be angry and waited. I did act a bit offended initially when she refused to talk to me and when I realized she planned on sleeping on the couch. I asked her what she wanted to say. This was the gist of it. She apologized briefly for some of the stuff she said during our arguments. She said she was feeling depressed lately and her mood was fluctuating a lot and she basically felt unproductive. So when I beat her in chess, she was angry at herself at that moment because she apparently had spent a lot of time reading books on chess as a hobby and felt bad for losing against someone that didn't know how to castle before she taught it to me. The nail on the head was when I said some comments making fun of her at the time. She thought I called her stupid, and all the time she spent was wasted or something similar. So yeah, she didn't talk to me because she thought I was mad at her after that, and I could tell she regretted some of the stuff she said in her moment of anger. I said I wasn't angry, although I was a bit taken aback, and I wouldn't make fun of her chess again, but also told her that she should tell me if she was frustrated next time. We didn't talk much about the incident after that and moved on, but I'm definitely done with chess. Part of me wants to hold on to my victory. I'm a kid as well sometimes. That's that. In the end, it turned out to be a small incident, but thanks for taking your time out to everyone that commented. Look, for competitive people, sometimes we just need to win. I know someone who is very, very competitive, and in their house, they do not play certain games because if they lose, things are very bad. They just get really upset because the people are so competitive. So, I don't know, I guess she was just off her game that day, and at least you guys were able to talk it out, and it wasn't, didn't have to escalate into anything bigger. 14 years ago, my ex-husband and I divorced after a nasty affair. Now his mistress won't stop talking to our daughter. Throwaway for privacy reasons. My ex-husband and I got pregnant my senior year of high school, so we did what we thought was the right thing to do, get married. A year into our marriage, I found out he was living under different identities and was dating and engaged to multiple women, and telling all of them our daughter was his niece. I told him to end all of the other relationships or I was taking our daughter and leaving. He ended all but one of them, so we got divorced. They dated for a couple years and broke up. Our daughter is in high school now. She came home before the virus saying something about a lunch lady who kept talking to her about weird things and making an effort to be the one to cash her out. Example, this lunch lady had asked her if she remembered the time they went to the park with her father and she had held their fingers as they walked a trail. I asked her if she knew the lady's name, and turns out she saw it on the name tag. I tried to play it off like I didn't know who it was, but after she went to bed, I looked her up on social media and found her. And it's her. And she's labeled as employed at my daughter's school. I don't know what to do. She is the one that broke up our marriage. I would think if I were in her shoes, I'd be trying to avoid my daughter, not search her out and talk to her, especially about her father. In a way, I'm thankful for the virus closing schools for the rest of the year, but she returns in the fall. I've been trying to figure out how to handle this, but she's been asking more and more questions. I really don't want to break her heart with the truth, but I don't want to lie to her. Why is she doing this? What do I tell her? What do I do? Your daughter is in high school, so I think you tell her the truth and make sure that she knows if anything weird or uncomfortable happens, she can come to you. Since she isn't in school, it's the best time to deal with a negative reaction since she won't be seeing the woman for a while. If there's any anger or sadness, she can cope in the comfort of her home with her mom. The other thing is that you should report this woman to the school or at least flag it as a concern with them if it happens again when schools are open. She's being extremely inappropriate by trying to maintain contact with your daughter, in my opinion. I'm not a parent, but the woman my dad had an affair with had kids at my high school and would regularly try to contact myself and my siblings, and I wish anybody would have stepped in to stop her. It definitely can't hurt as long as you do it right. Yeah, OP should definitely tell her daughter the truth. It's bound to come out sooner or later. Better she hears it from her mother than a stranger. And I would probably not put off telling her too much less waiting till fall. Best she has all the time she wants to process. Yeah, I agree with the comments responding here because, quite frankly, one, she probably needs to know what's going on. It's just, she's asking questions at this point. She's probably going to be more frustrated, and like they mentioned, it's possible that she would somehow find out from somebody else, and it'd be even worse if it came from that woman. I cannot understand the insanity of someone to... Why would you say what? I would definitely be talking to the school about that. That is not appropriate. That is just so many levels is not appropriate. My 26 female brother, 37 male, is quarantined at my house and he is ruining my relationship with my husband, 45 male. My first post was removed because I asked an inappropriate question. Sorry. My 26 female brother, 37 male, lost his job a few weeks ago due to the virus, and therefore he also lost his apartment, and now he's quarantined in my house. But I can't stand his presence here, to be honest. He's rude, and he's treating me like his servant all the time, and my husband, 45 male, and I fight a lot because of that. My brother acts like this because we were raised in a very conservative house. Our dad taught us that men are superior to women, and I even believed that I was inferior to men until I met my husband. He's totally different from my family. Well, I think his entire family is different from mine. My husband was raised to do the same things that my dad says only women can do, and ever since I moved in with him, it was hard for me to understand that he could cook, wash his own clothes, and clean his house himself, but in time, I got used to him doing half the house chores. The point is that I'm 29 weeks pregnant and I don't feel well lately, so now my husband is the one who does absolutely everything in our house, and my brother jokes about it. A few nights ago they fought because my brother didn't like what my husband had cooked and he wanted me to cook something else for him, but my husband told him that I was not going to do that because I was feeling bad, and he said something like that cooking was something that I should do because I'm a woman and that's what women know how to do well. After that fight, everything got worse because my brother made fun of my children. They are 2 boys of 3 and 2 years old because they love to help me take care of my plants, and according to him, that's not for men. He thinks that is something I should do once my daughter is born, and my husband got very angry and told him that he has a week to find another place to stay because he doesn't want our children to grow up with that mistaken idea of what masculinity is. I spent years working on my confidence, and with my brother here, I feel that everything I did was useless. But we are in a difficult time, and I don't want him to leave. He could get sick, and that would make me feel so bad. He has no other place to go. Our family lives in our home country, and that complicates everything even more. What can I do? I, 26 female, think it's appropriate to update what happened with my brother, 37 male, so here I am. A few days after my husband, 46 male, told my brother that he had to leave, he stayed in one of my brother-in-law's apartments until he could return to our home country, and he did. A few weeks ago, the government of our home country sent a plane to pick up the citizens who were stuck here, so that means he is already in our home country, and my husband and I are free. I've read the comments in my previous post, and I know I shouldn't have let him treat me or my kids the way he did. I also know that many hate the fact that my husband is 20 years older than me, or that we started dating when I was 19, but I swear that he is an amazing person and the best husband and dad in the whole world, and I would choose him 1,000 times. We decided that we are not going to have any kind of contact with my brother because we don't want our children to be exposed to that toxic masculinity. So that's all. It has been rough days, but everything is better now. I really appreciate all the comments I've received. Thank you very much. I'm just so thankful that her husband basically told him that he needs to get out. Obviously very convenient that their home country had sent a plane for people who were stuck. It's not easy for her because for her, that is the culture she grew up with. And having someone who grew up with you, who was raised in that same culture, obviously when you put them in that situation, it's going to make you revert a lot of times to those old ways of thinking, whether it's about yourself or about others, and it can be really difficult to deal with. So I'm really glad that her husband stood up to that, and I wouldn't really blame her because, like, that was her whole entire life growing up. Like, I don't think people understand sometimes how important people's being, like, how people were raised is, especially in environments like that, and then you bring someone who's from that same environment. It's very hard to basically say, like, shut up and go away. So I'm really glad that that is no longer happening, that he's out of their house and they're not gonna have to deal with that nonsense anymore. Anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Really quickly, I would like to thank my patrons. Up on the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy K's. Thank you all so much for supporting me in that way. If you would like to become a patron, check out the original posts from today's video or send me an email for possible inclusion in a future video. All of that information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!